Since the recording of this video, the gym has blocked my accounts and deleted my comments on their Instagram that describe the traumatic experience that happened to me. They are trying to silence me and sweep this under the rug. I will not be silenced. Here's my story. Hey you guys, what is up? Stephanie here. So as you've noticed, I'm trying to be more consistent on YouTube, and I guess the key to being consistent on YouTube is just documenting and, you know, not really trying to be a perfectionist. So today's video is a little bit more serious than my other videos, I guess you could say. There's a topic that I've been wanting to talk about. That there's an incident that happened like 2-3 days ago to me, and I just felt like what I needed to do in order to fully get over it was to talk about it, and, you know, start a dialogue. Even though it's just a video that you're watching right now, what I hope to come from this is that people in the comments could talk with me and share their thoughts, or, you know, maybe share similar experiences that they have had in regards to what I'm going to speak about. I'm not sure if I need to do a trigger warning, but I'll do it just in case. In this video, I'm going to be talking about men, very icky, bad men, and creeps. So, you know, you basically can tell like the genre of, or, you know, the topics that I'm going to be talking about, leaked content, stuff like that. So trigger warning, just men being assholes and taking advantage of a situation, or, you know, just not respecting a woman's space, and just lack of human decency. All right, I don't know proper terms for what I'm going to speak about in regards to trigger warnings, but there, you know, if that makes you uncomfortable, or you are not ready to hear my experience, or you just don't want to watch something like this period right now, feel free to check off and log off right now. But I'm going to continue. So I guess I could start with the incident that happened. So I had recently started membership at this new gym, and you guys know, like, I'm into fitness. Like, when I'm there, I'm focused, you know. I really tried to give this gym a chance. I am going to say the name of the gym because I feel like after this incident, it's just, it's very clear that this isn't the only time that this has happened, and that there are like multiple complaints similar to mine, and I'll get into why I'm saying that. So it's a gym here in Miami. It's called elev8tionfitness, and I had started this month, and from day one, I had already felt like weird going into that gym. First of all, it's a kind of pricier membership if you compare it to LA Fitness or Planet. It's like $90 a month, and like $200 if you like get access to, like, I guess all 3 like locations. The price isn't the point, but it's just that for the price that I was paying, I didn't feel like the gym was living up to, you know, the price. When I got there, like, the bathrooms, first of all, they were all unisex, and I'm positive that they were not unisex to promote or make people who are in the LGBTQ plus feel comfortable. Like, I could totally tell that that was not the vibe. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, we rented out this warehouse or bought this warehouse, and we're gonna make it into a gym, and, you know, we're just gonna make these into bathrooms. So to set the scene, unisex bathrooms. Got in there, bathrooms are not clean. My first day, there was like absolutely no wipes, like at all, to clean after. So I could already see that there's not a lot of care being shown to this establishment. Like, the workers there weren't really keeping up with the cleanliness. Anyway, and on top of that, before this incident that happened, I had already run into an issue with a male. So I was in the free weight section, and I had literally gotten there first. And you know how usually when there's a rack of dumbbells, there's usually a mirror right behind the dumbbells. That's typically how it is in a gym setup. And I'm getting my weights, I'm about to do my deadlifts, and there's kind of like a, it's not a part of the free weight section, but there's like this contraption where a guy can like either do like curls or can like do the flies. And the person behind me like was like yelled at me, kind of like, hey, like when I started doing my deadlifts, and I was like really in like the zone. Like when I'm working out, I may look like a bitch, but it's because I'm literally like focused, and you know, like I'm not trying to talk to anybody. And I look, and he was like basically telling me to move out of the way because I was not directly in front of him, but I was in front of him, and I guess blocking his view of himself in the mirror. And I was so like astounded, because it's like you don't need to look at yourself to do any exercise. It definitely helps to make sure that you have good form, but he had like a literal spotter. Like he had, or I don't know what that guy was doing, but he had someone standing there, so if he didn't have good form, like his friend could have told him. And I was just so shook. I was like, what? Like, and I didn't even bother like to like feed into whatever power trip this guy had. I just was like, whatever, like I'm gonna keep doing my workout. And anyway, so like that already gave me a vibe that this gym was like, basically if you don't have a fucking penis and you don't have raging like testosterone and you know those types of hormones running through you, like you're not welcome. Like that's essentially the vibe that I got after that. Because I will say that the workers were really, really friendly, and I never met the owners, but like the people that work there, like the part-time people that work there, were really, really nice. So I'm not judging them, I'm not critiquing them, I'm more so critiquing the behavior that they are allowing to happen at this gym. So now we will go into the incident that happened to me. So it was the last day that I worked out at the gym, like 2-3 days ago. I was finishing my workout, I was on the elliptical, and when I work out or I'm like on a machine, I'm either staring like straight ahead, or sometimes like when I'm about to finish my set, I'll like scan the room, because first of all, I am somebody that likes to be aware of my surroundings, and also like I'm at the gym, I'm trying to see if the next machine I'm gonna go to is free, and you know, or it's available, or see who's on it, so, and what set they're on, so I could, you know, go and do my workout after. But this was towards the end of my workout. I was on the elliptical, I was finishing up with some cardio, and I'm scanning the room, you know, just making sure everything's okay, like nothing weird is happening, like just being aware of my environment. And there's this guy on one of the leg machines, and I could see him staring at me, and I thought it would be like, I thought it was just kind of one of those like glance, like he just glanced at me and looked back. But when I glanced away and I then looked back, like he was still staring, and I was so confused because he was like a little bit like further away, but like I was the only person that he was looking at, because in his line of vision, like it was just me in the like elliptical area. And towards my left there was this woman who was on the, I guess the Stairmaster, is that what it's called, the step machine. And I saw, like, then he started staring at her, and it wasn't like, again, it wasn't like a quick glance, like it was a long gaze, like he was clearly looking at this woman. And it, like, it's just one of those things, like, listen, I will admit, like, I don't care if you look at me, like I really don't, because like it's just, you know, like if you think that I'm attractive, cool, like I don't mind if you look, but if you start making me uncomfortable and like it's just getting weird, like that's when it's not okay. Like just take your quick look and then look away. That's at least my opinion. but I don't know how this woman felt. And I could literally, I'm on the elliptical and this guy is just going from staring at her to then staring at me to then staring at her to then staring at me. And I even recall, like, I believe this, well, it was her boyfriend because we spoke after, but her boyfriend was on like the other side of the gym, and this guy on the leg machine like starts waving to the boyfriend, and I don't even know what he was saying, but he was like pointing at the girl and then like trying to get the boyfriend's attention and then pointing at the girl. And it was like, what? Like, and I don't think that he was trying to ask like, oh, is the Stairmaster free, because there was a whole ass Stairmaster next to her that was not in use. So I don't know, like, so already from that moment, like, I was like, what is this guy's deal? Like I didn't know if they knew each other or something. I don't know, it was just strange. So anyway, I was feeling really tired. It was leg day. I had just finished cardio, and before like I left the gym, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. So I have to walk past this man to go to the bathroom, but like I already had like had him out of my mind. Like I tried to like just, whatever, like he was just looking, like he didn't come up and try to talk to me. He didn't, like, I'm gonna leave, like I'm about to leave the gym. And there's a section in this gym where there's 2 bathrooms in every room. And one of the bathrooms is like the best one there. It's pretty much the cleanest. And there's always toilet paper there. But that one was in use. So then the bathroom next to it, the lock is like a little weird. So I always double check the locks when I'm in any bathroom, like if it's those single use bathrooms with 1 toilet inside. And this time I didn't. So on my part, I fucked up with not double checking the lock. But aside from that fact, why is there a bathroom in this gym with a lock that does not work? And it's not even like a stall bathroom. Like, no, there are no stall bathrooms in this gym. It is literally just a single use bathroom. How does that make sense? And like people have like headphones in, like blasting their music, like anyone could just like walk in, like, so anyway, back to the story. I should have put like the trash can, this, and I hate that my mind goes to this, that I should have done this, I should have done that, I could have prevented it. It's like, no, like, first off, it's literally the establishment's fault for even having a janky bathroom lock like that when both men and women come to this gym. So anyway, I begin to do what you do in the bathroom, and to my dismay, the door swings open, and the man who had been staring at me literally is the one that's opening the door. And he does not close the door until I am literally like yelling and screaming at him to shut the door. And to make matters worse, he the entire time was staring like dead at me. From the moment he opened the door, was just like literally just staring at me in this vulnerable position. And as he closed the door, like he kept like eye contact closing the door. Like literally it has, like, I thought that I could forget about this, but I could vividly see his face. And that is also why I'm recording this right now, that it's still fresh in my mind, because there is no doubt in my body that this man followed me into that bathroom. He saw I had to walk past him to get into that bathroom. He saw that I went in there, and he saw that I hadn't come out yet. And I will admit, like, I can give the benefit of the doubt. It was an accident that he opened the door in the first place. There's a possibility. There is a possibility that it could be that he thought that the bathroom was empty and he opened it. But when you open the bathroom, like, because everyone has experiences at least once where they accidentally walk in on someone in the bathroom, or they are the ones that get walked in on. every experience that I've had where this type of situation happens, it's like literally almost immediately, like the person's like, oh shit, like I'm sorry, and like after they're like, hey, I'm so sorry, like, you know what I mean, like they can acknowledge like, hey, like you didn't give me permission to walk into the bathroom and see you like this, I apologize. You know, like that's happened to me too. And the minute that I accidentally see someone, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm sorry, and immediately shut the door. Like this guy, like literally, it's insane to me. Like he didn't apologize, he didn't even like hesitate, like he was just like this. It was only until I'm like screaming, I'm like, what the fuck, like close the door, like what the fuck are you doing, that he closes it. And even then he's like literally like staring at me like this. So after that, I get my stuff and I go to the front desk, and like of course I'm gonna file a complaint. And I'm talking to the woman that's working there, and she was very nice. I will say that the workers that were there that day, they really tried to help me. And I'm speaking to her and I'm telling her what just happened, and she says to me, oh, can you point out the guy? Like I believe it may be the same guy that we've had a complaint about before. So I'm like, oh my god, like so this guy's done this before, or like he's done something fucking creepy before. And when I point him out to her, she's like, oh no, that's someone else. So you mean to tell me that there are multiple creeps that go to this gym and that people complain about, and they're still allowed to come to this gym? So that was already like, and I thought that I would just be able to file the report, you know, like maybe speak to management. Like they weren't even there. And like it even took a minute for them to call management. Anyway, then this other worker, male worker, comes, and I guess like I tell him what happened as well, and somebody brings the creep that did this shit to the desk, and like he already starts like, you know, like doing classic toxic male misogynistic moves, like talking over everybody, not acknowledging where he's at fault, like basically saying that it's the door's fault and my fault for not locking. And I tell him like I tried to tell him, I should say, because this man like refused to even hear me out. Like he saw my mouth moving, and then he's like, okay, I guess it's my turn to talk. And I acknowledged like, hey, you know, it's the door, because I know for sure that I pressed that lock button. So if it's the door's fault, that's it. My issue is that you literally stared at me, and like you like didn't close the door right away. Like you left it open. Like God knows who else fucking saw me like that. And like, and also on top of that, you had been staring at me and this other woman. Like, so I know that you saw me go in there. And then he's like saying like, no, I have a girlfriend, I have a wife, and maybe I'll say sorry. Like this entire time, this man refused to see where he was at fault or even apologize, because he knows if he apologizes that like he admits that he's wrong. And I guess in this guy's world, in this guy's universe, he can never be wrong. And it's just insane. Like honestly, and I was already trying to go. I was like, oh my god, like I finished my workout. I'm not trying to have to deal with this in my day. And I was getting so frustrated because this man was like literally not listening at all. And even when the fucking guy worker is trying to tell him my point of the story, because maybe he'll listen to someone with testosterone, like he refused, like refused. And the guy, like these people would ask him like, did you close the door right away? Did you immediately close the door after you like walked in on her? And then he would just run around the question and be like, oh, well, what you see, like I walked up to the bathroom and I opened it, and then like she was there, and like he refused to like acknowledge and admit that he literally took forever to close the door, and he kept staring at me. Plus there's cameras at this gym, so I don't even know if they cared to look at the footage. But it's just like and I knew that they like believed me, but they were not taking it as seriously as I wish that they would have. Because what if, like, let's say, like, I don't know, like, this guy could have, like, easily come in there, closed the door, and then, like, God knows what, done what? And then who would have heard me? Because everyone's fucking blasting their music and through their headphones, and there's fucking heavyweights like dropping on the floor. So, like, and then on top of that, the guy's like, oh, like, I've gone to this gym for so long, and like, he requested, like, to, like, talk to, like, the owners. So the worker called the owners, and the owners are talking to the perpetrator instead of the victim first, and he's trying to say, like, oh, like, I accidentally, like trying to make himself like the innocent one. And it's like, in all honesty, I would have dropped it if he had just apologized to me. Because, like I've mentioned before, it happens. Like, sometimes you accidentally walk in on someone in the bathroom, but when you accidentally walk in on someone in the bathroom, you don't fucking stare at their half naked body and, like, not close the door right away. Like, what is not clicking in this guy's brain? So that is essentially what happened to me. I canceled my membership at this gym. I had already been wanting to do it, and I'm making this video to also lead into another topic that has to do with this, but I'm also making this video as a warning to any women or even non-binary who are gonna be in Miami or who live in Miami and you're looking for a gym. Just don't go to Elevation Fitness. Like, just don't. And, you know, if the owners see this, or whoever that endorses Elevation Fitness sees this, like, you know, it's the truth, and it's my experience. And all I got from these people is an email, which actually I'll read it to you, because these people don't even have the audacity to call me or to even like tell me, like, hey, this guy's not coming to the gym anymore, like, don't worry, like, we will take matters like this more seriously. Like, not at all. I'll read you exactly what they told me. Membership cancellation. So they responded to basically my email where I described what happened, and it literally this is all they sent me. All they sent me in response to, like, my long ass paragraph describing the traumatic experience that I had at their gym. So they said, hello Stephanie, please accept our most sincere apologies. There is nothing more important than the safety of all our members. We have addressed this issue with the individual. We understand how this experience can be frustrating. We want you to always feel safe and welcomed. Again, we apologize for the inconvenience. We will address the cleanliness issue with our staff. Thank you for your feedback. And then they said my membership is canceled, because the whole point of my original email to them was to cancel my membership. So that tells me this guy is gonna keep going to this gym. They didn't take the situation as seriously as they should have. And yeah, who knows if they'll fix that door, who knows if, you know, they'll even do half of what they say. But I don't think the gym should be like that at all. And you know what, I'm gonna take my happy ass to Planet now. You know, like, they're on top. People talk so much shit about Planet, but they're on top of the cleaning, always wipes, and the bathrooms are, you know, safe, and they're separate, and it's a stall bathroom, so, you know, you just feel safer automatically. And on top of that, if you have a complaint or someone's being a creep or someone's being weird, that guy's out of there immediately. How are you not gonna do that? Like that is what happened to me, is like an insane violation. Like, I was literally there, vulnerable. I did not give this guy permission to see me half naked. That is not okay. And anyway, this brings me into something that I had been wanting to talk about, is just the whole idea of someone doing something without your consent, or someone seeing you in a way without your consent. So, for example, nude photos, OnlyFans content, any type of private content. You know, there, like I mentioned this in my previous OnlyFans video, there are so many individuals who leak content. And some even go as so far to pay to see leaked content, instead of just going and paying the creator that originally made them and supporting them. the reason there is a price behind someone's OnlyFans content is because we consent to you seeing our content only if you pay that price. We don't consent, like, unless a girl has or a creator has a free OnlyFans, like there are certain boundaries that people have. Like, and another thing, like, if I want to, like, because I already know the comments under this section are gonna be like, but look at the pictures you post on Instagram. You have an OnlyFans account. Why are you complaining about someone seeing you half naked? And that's precisely my point. Because I am in control of who sees me half naked, or whatever type of naked, and when that happens. When I post a bikini picture or me at the beach on Instagram, and you know, you see my cheeks, I consented for you to see me like that because I am the one who uploaded it on Instagram knowing that people will see it. When I post content on my OnlyFans, and you know, like, I'm either in lingerie or I'm in a very lewd cosplay in a provocative pose, I only consent for the people who paid and subscribed to me or unlocked whatever video or picture to see me like that. That is like how I'm consenting to you seeing my content, you know? Like, you can't just go and take someone's content and then share it. Like, how do you, that's what I will never understand, is that how do you sleep at night when you know what you're doing is wrong? You, like, and if not, then I guess men don't have that little, you know, voice in their head, their little consciousness telling them, hey, you know, you're being an asshole right now, maybe stop. I guess that doesn't exist when you have a penis, I guess. So, and the whole leaked content is something that I had been wanting to talk about for a while, because I want to make sure that people know, when you're an OnlyFans creator, unfortunately, this is a big thing that you have to deal with. Luckily, there are sites that I also wanted to mention. I don't use cam model protection anymore. I believe there's a better site. It's called Rolta. I believe it's more accurate with their reports, and they are really on top of removing the content. It's not sponsored at all. I believe there's a referral link program. I could leave it down below. I will, you know, if you do sign up, I do get a little bit of commission, I guess you could call it, but don't feel obligated. I'm simply leaving the link there for you if you are a creator. It's not just for OnlyFans, it's I believe it's also for just any content period that is yours. So art, maybe if you have a Patreon, stuff like that. They scour the internet for anyone that's reposting your content. But back to my point, it's just not okay. And you know, I don't know if anyone who does leaked content or who is a creep will come across this video, but I just don't understand. I really don't understand the mentality, because it just comes across that you hate women when you do stuff like that. Women who are just trying to make a living, or women that are just trying to live their lives, honestly. I was minding my business in that gym. I was not asking for that man to come and follow me into the bathroom. And when I'm posting OnlyFans content, I'm not asking for anyone to leak my content by posting that and by doing my job. And you know, most of these OnlyFans girls, and this is no shade, this is literally just me delivering facts, some OnlyFans are $3. And I understand that there are some people who live paycheck to paycheck, but you know, you could maybe save up if you really want to see that girl's content. Or, I don't know, just don't buy content and don't look at leaked content if you can't afford it. If it's a luxury for you, you know, hold off on it until you can afford it. Don't just go and leak content, and then on top of that, there are some individuals who profit off of this leaked content. And they'll say stuff like, oh, you only paid 30% of what I paid for this content. So so whoever's purchasing this, you'd rather pay this man or whoever it is leaking the content to get just the pictures, when you could go to the creators OnlyFans, pay the price that they have, and not only do you get the content that they've already posted and get access to even more exclusive content that's sent through DMs, you also on top of that get to speak to this creator, you get to support this creator. I don't know about other OnlyFans creators, but I care about the subscribers that support me. They're and the kind ones, like they mean so much to me, and I take a lot of time out of my day to respond to them, to talk to them. Heck, sometimes I'm the person that they vent to, and you know what, it's worth it, because I may not be the most perfect creator in the world or the perfect person, but if I could somehow make these people's days through my content, through my cosplays, through just talking with them, I'm going to do that. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but essentially that is what I wanted to speak about today. I'm not trying to say that all men are terrible or are bad, but I am sharing my experience that, and it's not the only bad experience I've had, trust me. I don't know if I will go into the depth of other things that have been done by a male to me that I did not consent or approve of. I guess I would just have to decide that on a later day. But I hope that if you are watching this and you know that you are a victim of a creep or even just leaked content, anything of this nature, I want you to know that you're not alone. And it's a disgusting feeling that I have this guy's like wretched and creepy face replaying in my mind. It's unfortunate that the brain works like that sometimes. Literally that first day that I came back home, like I didn't even want to go to sleep because I knew that I would see this guy's face and like in my nightmares. Like, so you're not alone. It's unfortunate that the female experience is like this, but thankfully, you know, there are things that we can do to at least defend ourselves. You know, we could get self-defense weapons, get those alarms. It's sad that we even have to do that in the first place, but I'm glad that these you know, these exist. This isn't sponsored again, but if you are looking for self-defense weapons, I will link some down below. My friend Alyssa, she is an artist and honestly just amazing person, and she creates self-defense weapons. And let me actually go get some to show you guys. I have more items from her shop, but I can't really locate them all. But I also have like self-defense weapons that like you can even get on Amazon, like this pepper spray. But her shop does have pepper spray as well, and like those alarms. So like if you feel like unsafe, or you know something's happening and you need to get attention or even like scare the guy away, like the alarm is so loud. But she had a recent drop. It was the fairy tale drop, and this is one of the items from there. It's like a cute mushroom. It's very beautiful. Her items are very beautiful. It's her own art. And then yeah, you open it like this, and then someone's fucking with you or is about to fuck with you, like just, you know, get them. And it's like a good grip. It feels like a very nice weight, not super heavy. And you can conceal it. I even thought about maybe even like having it as a necklace, but when the time comes, I'm gonna have to like yank that shit. So I don't know, maybe there's a necklace that is like yankable, you know. And there's this also, like kind of like, I don't know what you call, like a knuckle or knuckle ring, or like it's similar to like a brass knuckle, right? That's what it's called. You know, this one's my favorite. I always have this one on me in my pocket, so like if I feel like unsafe, like I just kind of have it like this. Or you know, I guess I really hope that I'll never have to use it. But yeah, like this will definitely hurt someone if you punch hard enough and they are being an asshole to you or being a complete disgrace of a human. So, and yeah, and then she also has these These are still in the packaging. This one says fuck off. Hold up, I don't know if you can really see it. I'm trying to end the video on a good note and support my wonderful, successful friend who is, I think, doing great things to make women feel safe, because even before this incident, I had already been feeling a little bit unsafe, especially since, you know, like, there's just some things that I can't do with like somebody, and I have to like go and handle business alone. So definitely weapons like these make me feel very safe. This one says fuck off. It's the same, like, you know. So I think this one might be my favorite. And then this one is just a very beautiful rose. So yeah, there are resources for us ladies and non-binary. There are items that we can use to defend ourselves, unfortunately, since we live in a world where men can just get away with anything. It's unfortunate, honestly, because I know that this guy is gonna sleep like a baby, and it's gonna take me a minute to get over what happened to me, because I'm like constantly reliving it. And same with other men in my life that have taken advantage of me. They sleep sound. They sleep like there's no worries in their heads. And that might be the saddest part of all. Not the fact that, like, you know, people don't care. They just slap on the wrist, like the elev8tionfitness slap on the wrist. That's just how guys are, which, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this part. Okay, wait, the video is not over. This is the last thing I will say. This is the last thing I will say. This is like a literal genuine conversation. Sometimes I forget stuff, but I will literally leave this in. So the man that did this creepy shit to me, he was from Turkey, he said, and so his English wasn't the best, but I could still understand him. Like, I understood him perfectly, but obviously people sometimes feel more comfortable speaking in one language than another. So the guy who's the boyfriend of the girl that he was also staring at, he's literally like, he came up to me and he said, oh, like, I'm gonna translate for my friend. And so I guess maybe they know each other, or they're acquaintances, or he, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, my friend here, and they don't really know each other like that. So he was saying like, oh, it's a misunderstanding, blah blah blah, and I was like, you're just repeating what he already told me. And I told him, like, listen, first of all, this guy was not just staring at me, he was staring at your girlfriend before this all happened, so I don't know how you're okay with that. And I asked her, like, did you even notice that? Like, I guess she was really in her workout, and also her line of vision wasn't like mine, where my line of vision was straight to this guy. Her line of vision was like diagonal. I hope that's the correct term. But yeah, it was like this. So like, she wasn't really, I guess she was just paying attention to like that, you know, that wall, or like just looking down at the stairs. And she seemed so like, just so unbothered by it. And I'm not saying that everyone should have the same reaction as me, but she said something along the terms of like she just was talking to me like this is normal. Like this is okay, like this is how guys are. And they were being really nice. I'm not talking bad about them, but, and they even said like, hey, you know, if anything happens, you can always come up and talk to us. And that was nice of them to say, but they were also just not acknowledging the gravity of the situation. Because if this guy gets away with this, he's gonna think he's invincible and that he could do whatever and not get in trouble. Like, that is my main issue, and that is honestly, yeah, the main issue that I have with all of this, that no one took it as seriously as they should have. And when you don't take something like this seriously, it's just gonna leave room for people to keep doing whatever they want, and for people like this guy to just live his life like, hey, no repercussions because I'm a tall guy and I like can do whatever the fuck I want because I have a fucking penis. And it's unfortunate, but I'm glad that I spoke about this. I feel way better sharing this. And I really hope that I could provide some sort of comfort or make someone feel less alone. I can't tell how long this video is, but yeah. Maybe there will be more serious videos like this one that'll open a dialogue within my community and the YouTube community. But yeah, I wanted to share my experience, and I did just that. So I love you guys. Thank you if you watched to the end. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you never have to experience something as terrible as what this guy did. And obviously there are worse things that can happen and worse things that have happened to me, but I don't wish this feeling on anyone. So I hope you have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye. Okay, you guys, so here I have included a screenshot of the email they sent me, and I also will be voicing over and explaining a couple other screenshots that I have included, because the actions that came after this email was sent to me is just very unprofessional and insensitive, and just shows a lack of human decency from this establishment. So here they say, please accept our most sincere apologies, but after this, they proceeded to block my Instagram account and delete my comments talking about the traumatic experience that happened to me. And on top of that, they are still continuing to allow this man who followed me into the bathroom to attend their gym. If they were really sorry for what happened, I don't see why they would block me in the first place. I really wish that they would have just taken me seriously from the beginning and addressed the issue. I feel as if a proper response would be that they banned the guy from coming to the gym and, they acknowledged what happened. I could have easily have been raped in that bathroom if I didn't make a show, and they are failing to see that. If it was someone else in that position, what could have happened to them? What if it happens again? Are they just going to continue to silence the victims and support the creeps? Here's a screenshot of my story, and I'm showing that they are deleting comments and blocking me. This is my second account that they eventually blocked as well. It's my spam account. I was simply trying to defend myself and share my story again, but they continued to block. So in this screenshot is their response to me. They say, we reviewed the cameras and saw the guy walking in the bathroom not locked properly. And I want to correct to them because, once again, as I mentioned before in the video, and as I've said before, the lock just wasn't working to begin with. And now they are trying to say that no locks in the bathroom were ever broken, when that's a lie. When I spoke to the lady at the front who worked there, she even said, yes, that bathroom, the lock doesn't work as it should. So now they're trying to lie and, paint this picture that, basically just trying to paint the picture that I'm lying and exaggerating the situation when that's not true. And I think that this establishment should take accountability that one of their unisex bathrooms didn't have a proper lock on it. Continuing with the response, they say, we spoke to the gentleman and he apologized for walking in. You can already see, I don't know why they refer to him as a gentleman, because he was anything but that. He spoke over me, he was not apologetic, he showed no remorse for what he did and for walking in on me half naked. Continuing on, he said he didn't feel the need to at first because he did not do it purposefully. Again, it doesn't matter if it wasn't on purpose or not, but I totally believe it was on purpose. But let's say it was an accident, I still believe that he should have given me an apology for seeing me half naked, because I did not consent to him seeing me the way, in the vulnerable position that I was. Continuing on,
However, the front desk and management addressed it as it should, and he was apologetic. No, they did not. The front desk was trying to be helpful. As I said, the workers were very kind to me and trying to de escalate the situation and try to come to some sort of solution. But the man, as I said before, he was not apologizing. He showed no remorse. And was not listening to me at all and why I was uncomfortable in the first place. And yeah, they are lying when he says that he was apologetic, because he certainly was not apologetic to me. And then they say, we don't condone this type of behavior or hate speech. If they don't condone this type of behavior, I assume that they're referring to the man following me and being a creep at the gym. If that was the case, why did they block me? And if they didn't condone it, why is this man still being allowed at the gym? And then they were saying hate speech, and I believe they're referring to the comments on this post, because since I posted on my story, a lot of people in support of me and, trying to have this gym have accountability and be responsible for their actions. There were rude things that were being said and very, strong, abrasive words being used. I am not saying that I told those individuals to do that. I did not. I just wanted people to be aware of what this gym is doing in allowing creeps to just get away with things, and I also don't condone hate speech, but, they seriously tried to silence me through blocking and deleting comments. So the hate speech that they're receiving is honestly just in response to their behavior that is very unprofessional and just shows lack of human decency. And then they're saying, thank you again, and we will continue to uphold an incredible training environment. It just sounds so insincere, and they refuse to see that this is literally to help the gym, that we're literally trying to make the gym a better place. That all these comments and me making these posts, it's so that no other woman has to go through what I went through on that day. I was stared at, I was followed into that bathroom, I was seen half naked without my permission, and despite all that, I received no apology, and the gym is still allowing this guy to go to the gym. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like an incredible training environment to me. So here's a screenshot of their response to me. I had said, I'm making videos, I'm messaging all the women who go to your gym. When you side with the predator and try to silence the victim, this is what you get. And then they responded with, we sided with the video cameras. TY, which if you don't know means thank you. I don't know about you, that is the most insensitive and insincere comment that a victim could receive in this situation. It's incredibly invalidating saying that you're siding with the video cameras when you're really protecting yourself and you're protecting the guy who literally followed me into the bathroom. Clearly, the video cameras can't prove what was going through this guy's mind. Obviously, if you're looking at evidence, you could paint it any which way, and they never asked me to come in and look at the footage with them, so I'm assuming they reviewed the footage with the perpetrator. And clearly, when he's there and telling you, how to see the evidence, or you're trying to save your gym, you're going to try and paint things so that it supports your argument. But I stand by what I said. No one is going to invalidate my experience. No one is going to tell me that I was lying or exaggerating, because I did feel unsafe. And this man literally stared at me naked, and he did not apologize. The cameras, I'm sure, picked up where he did not apologize to me and he was talking over me. And it would also have picked up that he did not close the door right away, and that his gaze was still staring at me even as I yelled at him to close the door. So in this screenshot, I wanted to highlight this account that responded to the gym, because it is also another point that I wanted to, highlight, because they also have failed to acknowledge that they blocked me. Why are you blocking me? You know what I mean? I'm literally a victim. I'm sharing my truth. I'm sharing the experience that I had at their gym. I am sharing honesty, and they chose to block me and delete my comments. But in the email, they're saying that they're sorry, that they offer their most sincere apologies, and that I should feel welcome. I don't feel welcome, and I don't know if that's your way of making people feel welcome by blocking them and trying to silence them and by siding with the person that made them feel uncomfortable. That man literally violated and disrespected me and followed me into that bathroom, and now you're trying to turn the story around and make it seem like I'm lying and exaggerating. That is not okay. In no world is that okay, and the way that this gym is handling the situation is extremely unprofessional. These screenshots are from their Google reviews, and as you can see, the owner is just straight up unprofessional. Not just to me, I guess this is the way that they are. They are very hostile to negative reviews. Anyone who leaves a negative review on their gym or is just critiquing their establishment, the response is just far from professional. And I can understand, this is your gym. You want everything to be perfect. You think it's perfect because you're running it, right? I can totally understand from the perspective of the owner, trying to defend his gym. But at some point, you really need to be held accountable for the fact that your gym is not perfect, and that's okay. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes. It's okay to be wrong. The reason I filed a complaint and led me to make this video is so that people can be safe. Wouldn't you want people to feel safe? I'm here explaining to you that I feel unsafe. What happened at your gym made me feel unsafe. If the lock wasn't broken, if you guys held these creeps accountable, I would feel safer, and other women would feel safer. I really don't understand the disconnect. But anyway, here is another screenshot. This individual tagged the wife of the owner. I honestly didn't expect it to get like this, but from the response of the wife, it's just unprofessional, very unprofessional. And I don't understand why politics were even brought into this. And her saying disgusting friends, well, first of all, I'm not friends with this person who tagged her. I do appreciate her support in trying to defend me, but I really don't understand from the wife's point of view why, I don't think saying disgusting friends does anything. And saying to check your disgusting friends. I assume she's referring to me and the other people who are commenting. I don't know what's so disgusting about, me speaking out about how I feel unsafe, or what is disgusting about other people trying to hold an establishment accountable for the disgusting behavior that they are allowing. Disgusting is a guy following me into the bathroom and staring at me half naked and then failing to apologize. And what's also disgusting is the gym that sees this entire situation and doesn't take it seriously and tries to brush it under the rug. And then continuing, she says, not my friends, but I protect fellow women from disgusting men like your husband. And then the wife responds, clearly you believe everything you hear without facts. You probably still wear a mask and are a Democrat. LOL. Honestly, this is very comical at this point. I just have to laugh. I don't understand what was the point of bringing in masks or politics into this situation. Again, very unprofessional, and at this point, it's kind of immature of the wife. This is not defending anybody. It's honestly ridiculous. And, yeah, I really have no words for this because this has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with masks. It has to do with the fact that no one is taking me seriously when I literally am traumatized by what happened. And yeah, I'm at a loss for words with this response. And honestly speaking, I can understand her wanting to defend her husband, but I just really wish that as a woman, she would see my side of things, or at least just try to look at the situation unbiased, which I guess that won't ever happen. I didn't want her to be dragged into this. You know what I mean? I could, see that she's clearly very upset that she's being dragged into this. And, someone called her husband disgusting. So I could see that she's mad and she wants to defend him. But I just wish that she would understand that, well, first of all, her responses are making the situation worse. And second, no one's lying. I'm not lying about what happened. And politics have nothing to do with what happened to me, and no one brought in politics at all. And I just wish that she would focus at the issue at hand instead of trying to deflect and throw insults. I wish that she would maybe talk to her husband and say, hey, don't you think that you could maybe take the situation a little bit more seriously? What if the problems escalate, or what if this continues to happen at your gym? The wife's responses did not stop there. They continued. So, first, the gym is responding to the person who tagged the wife in the first place. And they say, people who spew hate will get blocked. No one was followed, and all the locks were checked after. Again, they are invalidating my experience by lying. They're saying that I wasn't followed, but, they were not the victim. They were not me. They were not there at the time that I was training at the gym. The guy was literally staring at me before I entered the bathroom, and I had to walk past him to go to the bathroom. And then what a coincidence that right after I pull my pants down to do what you do in the bathroom, the door swings open, and guess who it is? It's the guy who had been staring at me. That, without a doubt, is telling me that the guy followed me in there. And when he opened the door, he literally was staring at me. And as I yelled at him to close the door, he kept staring at me. And then they're saying all the locks were checked after. They were and still work properly. No, they were not. That one bathroom that I went to, the lock clearly did not work. I made sure to press the lock on the door. There's literally, why would I not lock a unisex bathroom? And knowing that anyone can come into that bathroom, I literally locked the door. And me locking the door clearly did nothing because the lock was broken to begin with. And I wish that they would stop lying and they would acknowledge the fact that it was broken, because as I've said before, even one of the workers who was helping me with the situation said, yes, that lock does not work properly. And then they're saying everyone was addressed when she approached the front desk. There was no evidence after reviewing the cameras that she was followed or that the man purposefully walked in on her. That literally means nothing. Like, how are the cameras going to pick up that he was thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to walk into this empty bathroom? Or how is the camera going to pick up, oh, I'm going to walk in on this bathroom purposefully to see this girl naked? It can't pick that up. All it's going to pick up is him opening the door and then closing it. I'm literally telling you that when he opened that door, he immediately stared at me and did not close the door until I yelled at him and screamed at him to close the door. And even as he closed the door, he kept staring at me in that position, knowing that I could do nothing except scream. He took advantage of the situation to stare at me and my body and make me feel uncomfortable. And then the wife comments again, and she says, what you're clearly not understanding is what you're saying has no merit. You came at me, you tagged me in all of this. You have no idea what you're even speaking about. Were you there that day? Did you see the cameras? Did you see the emails of what they did to apologize for her feeling unsafe? First of all, she wasn't even there, and the owner wasn't even there either. So if, this is her logic, then what this woman is saying has no merit either, because she wasn't there. And I guess the only person who's saying anything with merit is me, because I was there. I experienced it, and I'm sharing my experience. So, make it make sense. And continuing on, she even air quotes unsafe, which I'm not an idiot. She's trying to imply that I'm lying about feeling unsafe. Listen, if she went to that gym, clearly she's going to feel safe because her husband is the owner. But you know what? I was a girl literally alone in that gym, training at that gym alone. I had no one with me. You know, obviously, I would probably feel more safe if my boyfriend came. But, they weren't there. I was there by myself, and I genuinely felt unsafe. I would not lie about feeling unsafe. I genuinely felt unsafe at this gym, and they're literally not taking me seriously. If anything, this wife of the owner is mocking me. And then she's saying, have you ever walked in on someone by accident in a restroom? Obviously, a lot of people have done that. And as I've said in the video before, this voiceover, I literally said that anytime anyone has accidentally walked in on me in the bathroom, or I have accidentally walked in on someone in the bathroom, I immediately shut the door, and I even apologize after. And with my experience with other people accidentally walking in on me, they immediately shut the door and apologize to me because they can understand that they were at fault for opening the door while someone was in there. This entire comment is just unprofessional and unnecessary, and I'm not sure if she co-owns the gym or not, but just if this is her way of defending her husband, it's just very telling that she is very biased and fails to acknowledge that the victim could possibly be right. She is just painting the picture that I'm lying and exaggerating, and that's just not okay. In no world is that okay. So this is the last screenshot because this video is already very, very long, but I just wanted to include everything since new things came up after I recorded the video. This is the screenshot of the Yelp, their Yelp account, I guess you could say, a description of the gym. And the owner says, Elevation Fitness is a place for everybody. Our mission is to support you in achieving your goals. Whether you're into bodybuilding or simply want to get into shape, our exclusive equipment and supportive staff will help guide you along the way. We aim not only to be your gym, but your support system. We are focused on building a community of motivators, goal crushers, and those who can positively reinforce a life of wellness. And honestly, Angel, this, I understand that you want this picture, this perfect picture for your gym, but after the incident that happened to me, it's very clear, and without a doubt, I totally believe that there are other situations probably similar to mine, or if anything worse, that you have tried to sweep under the rug. This gym is clearly not a place for everyone, and you clearly don't support everyone in achieving their goals. You only support people who think and act just like you. And clearly you're more biased and you want to support the men more than the women, And I really wish you luck, honestly, despite all this. I say this in the most respectful way. I really hope that you learn from your mistakes, and I hope that you learn to listen to people who are giving you constructive criticism. And I hope that you learn to listen to women who are coming forward and expressing their experiences, whether they be positive or negative, towards your gym, because clearly you only listen to the good things. So when something bad comes around, you don't know how to handle it. And if you're going to be a business owner, you seriously need to be able to handle the constructive criticism. I really honestly hope that you see my point of view one day. It could have just as easily been your little sister. It could have been your wife. It could have been your mother in my position. Would you have taken it seriously then? So anyway, you guys, I'm going to end the video. I shared my story. I shared my points. I hope that no girl ever has to go through what I went through. And yeah, this is just a warning to everyone. Be careful with Elevation Fitness, and just any gym you go to, be vigilant, stay safe. I really wish this doesn't happen to anyone else ever again.